Hi friendly friends, it's Amy from Savor Salvage Scent, and I hope you're doing great. Today I come to you to talk about my favorite cold weather gourmand fragrances. For those of you who are new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping by. If you enjoy this video or content, I sure hope you'll subscribe so we can stay in touch. It'd be great if you would hit the red subscribe button and even the notification bell if you'd like to be notified when I make a new video. This channel mostly focuses on everything to do with fragrance and collecting. And for those of you who have returned and already subscribed, thank you so much. I'm loving the community we're building together, and I hope you'll continue to leave feedback, ideas, questions, etc. So it's starting to get chilly where I live, which is in Cleveland, Ohio. I'm really excited to share this lineup with you. It's bigger than I thought. I like gourmands, but I wouldn't say gourmands are always my number one reach, and so I was excited actually that I have 15 I want to talk with you about today. And I will just say these are just 15 from my collection. There are a gazillion more gourmands that probably warrant my attention as I continue to build my collection. Here are a few rules for the day. One, no vanilla like prominent or perfumes that are all about the vanilla in today's list. That is a large part of my collection, and so I'm going to do a separate video on that. So I thought today's list or grouping would give love to some of the other gourmand kind of notes. The other rule that I'm kind of following today is it's not enough for just these perfumes or scents to just have like one gourmand element. Rather, to me, they have to feel like a delicious fragrance. It has to be a fragrance that, to me, definitely leans more gourmand, and something that even makes me think, oh gosh, want to take a bite out of that person, or I smell delicious. So that's kind of what's guided me in my groupings today. And all of these, to me, there's many more gourmands in my collection, and again, to be explored, but some of them for me are hot weather scents, so they're not featured here today. This is just focusing on gourmands that I think hold up really beautifully to colder weather. So I'm gonna dive right in. I am not going into every note today. I have some groupings as far as what kind of gourmand elements each of these perfumes kind of represents. But I'm not going to go into every note. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what the perfume or what the fragrance is, who made it, the approximate cost or what I paid for it, and when it was released, maybe the nose if I know. So I'm going to go quickly through and just tell you what are the most prominent gourmand notes and what they do for me. So 15. So first I'm going to talk about Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. Some of you have heard me talk about this scent before. Oh, it's beautiful. So the first grouping that this kicks off is kind of deeper, darker fruits. So Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, to me, sorry, I'm gonna grab my scent strip for each of these. I obviously couldn't spray them all on me today, so I want to talk to you about what they smell like on the scent strip. So Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, it was first kicked off in 2018, so pretty recently. I believe this beautiful, gorgeous bottle creation thing is about $350 retail. Woo-wee! If you got that kind of cash, I congratulate you. I do not, so I scoured the internets and bought this from Russian Federation. And waited, I think, 2 months to get it. But I paid $86. So that's a big price for me. So worth it. So what would I call this? This, first of all, sorry, the nose is Louise Turner. I'm not familiar with her. And I would call this boozy, almondy cherry. So cherry, I mean, the name Lost Cherry, I know it's kind of risque, totally worth it. It is a slutty, boozy, drunken, gorgeous, almondy cherry. It's so beautiful. So Lost Cherry, Tom Ford, what a beauty. Okay, so that was first on our fruits list. Next, also kind of highlighting cherry, is Guerlain's Le Petite Robe Noir. This is the black Perfecto version. Isn't that a gorgeous bottle? God, love it, love it, love it. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit more about that. Okay, hold on one second. Ooh-wee, so many things. This was created first, I don't think I could find a year, but I think just a few years ago. I'm guessing like 3 or 5 years ago. I forget what it retails for, but I got this for $24 on, I'm pretty sure it was Fragrance Net. I think it's on Fragrance X right now, and probably people overseas can find it plenty of places since it was created in France. So again, I paid about $24. The nose is Terry Wassar, who is brilliant. And for me, this is cherry, licorice, almond, and tonka. So if Tom Ford is like a ripe, lusty, boozy cherry, this is a like kind of darker, smokier culinary cherry, if that makes any sense. It's got this like dirty smokiness to it. Definitely got licorice, so if you're not into licorice, I would say not for you. And then you can definitely pull out like a little bit of the almond and the tonka. It is just gorgeous. I would say I would call this a badass perfume. It's not for everybody. It's kind of, I find those smoky, licoricey quality things are not for everybody. So anyways, if that is you, you're gonna love it, and it's a great price. I'm pretty sure this is either discontinued or being discontinued, so get on it if you're interested in it. So Black Perfecto by Guerlain, a great kind of dirty cherry licorice tonka perfume, just beautiful. Okay, next on the list, let's see, okay. All right, on the note of fruit again, Rihanna's Rogue. You guys, this is niche quality to me. It is so, 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 so good. And it's so cheap. Gosh. I paid, are you ready? I think this is an ounce. I paid $9 shipped online. I kid you not. This was first created in 2013. No nose down. I think they would like to give the facade, or perhaps it's true that Rihanna actually helped create this. I do think she's a tremendous designer. I know that no matter what, even if she has somebody working with her, I'm sure that she has a lot of say, and her influence is really cool. This is, I would call this dirty plum with some suede and Dr. Pepper, for real. It's like a suedey, fuzzy plum, and it almost translates to Dr. Pepper when it dries down on my skin. It's really cool, really niche. You're not going to smell like everybody else. And it's $9. Rihanna's Rogue. Beautiful. Plum. Do it. Okay. Next in the list is a Jo Malone. I know a lot of people who don't like Jo Malone's perfumes. It's because the sillage or the projection sometimes isn't great. I find the perfumes are gorgeous. They don't always have a lot of throw or a lot of lasting power. Meet Pomegranate Noir. This is different, y'all. This was one of the first ones I ever owned. My beautiful sister Lee gave it to me. She was one of the first person I knew to wear Jo Malone, and she got me addicted. This is Such a gorgeous, this could have gone into many categories. It could have gone into fruit. It could have also gone into spice. This to me is, let me tell you a little bit more about when it was created. It was created first in 2005. I believe it retails for about, I want to say 160, 180, 200, somewhere in there. I paid $85 for my most recent bottle. This is my second bottle. And the nose is Beverly Bain. I don't know that person. And this to me is pomegranate and spice, more specifically pomegranate and clove. I hope to do a video soon that concentrates on scents that I think are great to wear during celebratory winter holidays. And to me, this is one of them. The beautiful ripeness, the richness of the pomegranate mixed with the spice, and specifically clove, to me smells like the kind of food or things that you would be enjoying during the holidays, and it holds up to the cold weather, and it holds up to those scents. If you're in a house, let's say cooking or enjoying those things, you're still going to enjoy this scent. It is beautiful. Not only does it have lasting power and sillage compared to other Jo Malones, this is the scent that once got me written up at work. Proud to say it. I perhaps oversprayed, or maybe I'm just around very sensitive people, but people are going to notice it. It's gorgeous. This is one of those that's so good. The minute, and I don't know many people wear it. I think I know 2 other humans in the world that wear it. The minute I've smelled it on them, I'm like, you're wearing Pomegranate Noir. Because I'm like, I want to follow them around. It smells so, so, so good. And I would even say this borders on sexy. It's so beautiful. So a great perfume focusing on pomegranate and spice, Jo Malone's Pomegranate Noir. Okay, next in our corral are moving from fruits to dried fruits, which is one of my favorite things. Oh my gosh. Now, there's a gazillion perfumes, especially if you're like me and you like oriental, resinous, ambery perfumes. There's a lot of perfumes that have dried fruits in them. I am focusing on 2 today that I think are specifically really gourmand and delicious, and honestly a little bit out of the box, like very unique, I would say, for both of these. So excited to talk to you about, let's see. Oh God. All right. Solstice scents. This is just a small, they have both kind of smaller perfumes or oils, and they also have larger alcohol-based perfumes. Sometimes the smaller ones are alcohol-based, but often they're oil-based. Anyways, this is called Solstice Kyphi, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. Solstice Scents is owned by a proprietor named Angela St. John. She is a genius, and she's so lovely. And I think just really inventive, incredible. I think she makes things that have mass appeal. She makes things that to me are like really risky works of art and not for everyone, but so awesome and pushes the market. This is to me, I think, something that is daring and beautiful. So Kyphi is used, it's like it's a resin or combination of things that is kind of used in ritual, and often has things like incense, dried fruits, you know, resins, stuff like that. This scent, oh my God, did I fall in love with this when I first got it? I saw the description. I ordered like a exploratory set of hers, and I encourage any of you to go to their site, and I can even link it below, because you can kind of do these exploration groupings where you pick out samples and try them. And I swear to God, I've ordered 3 times, I think, from them, and every single thing I order, I'm just like, they're amazing and incredible. This, however, is so me too. Like, I love resins. I love dried fruits. This, to me, smells like raisin, honey, and spice. A little wine even. I love raisins. And when I say love raisins, and it's funny, I often like things that are kind of old-fashioned. I would take a raisin oatmeal cookie over chocolate chip any day. Some of my favorite desserts growing up were the little custards with raisins in the bottom. I live for rub raisin ice cream. Woo, tongue twister. I love old-fashioned cakes with raisins. Love raisins. And this is a perfume that smells, you basically smell like the best altar you could ever imagine. It smells like to me, an Asian altar where there's like incense, where there's dried fruits, offerings, resin. Oh my God, it smells so good. So Solstice Kyphi, this runs about, I think, God, I should have looked it up. I think the small bottles, though they're strong, and I'm sure this will last me a while, I think they're like 0.33 or 0.5 ounce. And I think they're around $16 or $18. Really great price. And then the bigger perfumes, I want to say, range from like 60 to 70, something like that. So Solstice Kyphi featuring raisin, honey, just wonderful delights. Gorgeous. Okay. On the same kind of note, next I'm going to talk to you about a scent that I think features date really prominently. It's so gorgeous. So Meharees by L'Herbalario. A lot of you will know about this because you might have heard about, been interested in trying Ferragamo's Musc Ravageur, which is one of the most beautiful things I've ever smelled in my life. However, you might also know it's very expensive. Totally worth it if you have the cash. I want to say it runs about $350 a bottle, somewhere around there. It's out of my price range, just period. I just can't. So a dear friend sent me a sample of this, and that's what got me interested in it. Is it's supposed to be kind of similar to Musc Ravageur, but I think this is slightly different. It's not quite as beast mode, I would say, or as Musc Ravageur has a little almost skankiness to it, as some musks do. Maybe I'm not always the best judge though of the skanky factor, because frankly I love musks. I love a little bit of an animalic smell. I think it heightens things and makes them deeper and gorgeous, but I think this is a little more wearable. And let me tell you a little bit more about when it was created, etc. So this is an Italian house, L'Herbalario. I could not find a release date or a nose listed. It runs about, now if you live in Europe, you can get this bottle cheaply, like 20 to 30 bucks. In the US, you're paying for a fair amount of shipping, and so it ends up being anywhere between $40 and $45. Tremendous price for this perfume. I think it's 1.7 ounce. Oh my God. I cannot even tell you how good this smells. It is, I wrote down cinnamon and dates. It's many other things. I mean, it's musk, it's resinous, it's vanillic, it's a lot of things. But to me, what's so cool about it and what stands out is cinnamon and date. God, it smells good, you guys. It is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous for the cold weather, and you're not going to smell like everybody else. It smells tremendous. It is like, it's something when I smell it on somebody, I just want to hug them. It smells so nice. And it's even a little bit sexy. I would say not quite as sexy as Musc Ravageur, but I think the dates are even a little more prominent in the scent, and it's just beautiful. I think it's beautiful in its own accord. So Meharees by L'Herbalario. All right, so the next grouping I'm calling things that are drinkable. And in this case, it ranges from sodas to coffee to even like a creamy scent. So I'm going to talk to you next about another Solstice scent. I'm telling you, they're so good. Such quality. Incredible. All right. So this is called Crimson Sap and Sassafras. And part of the reason I ordered this perfume is I was reading that it focuses on dragon's blood, but it is to me, it translates to a root beer scent. So this is another one by Solstice Scents. The year is unknown, although I think it was created just a few years ago. Again, created by Angela St. John. This runs around $16 or $18, I want to say. And what I get from this is a smoky root beer float. It smells almost like a campfire mixed with root beer. There's a little marshmallow in this even, but it's not marshmallow for the little girls. I'm just saying, it's not. This is a sexy, smoky, dark, deep root beer. My God, it smells so good. So good in the fall. Can you imagine how good this would smell on Halloween night? Or as you're doing your fall things, going to pumpkin patches, etc., picking apples? It's incredible. All right, check it out. Solstice Scents, Crimson Sap, and Sassafras root beer. Just so beautiful. Oh my gosh. All right. Next on the list. I feel like I'm missing something. Okay. Dior's Hypnotic Poison. Not new to a lot of you. There's a reason so many people talk about this perfume. It's incredible. This was first created in 1998. I want to say this costs about $120 to $150. Unless you're like me and you're frugal and you watch out on the internet, and then I paid $65. This is a strong perfume to me, and I will have this for years. How beautiful is the bottle? So gorgeous. I love the old Dior's. The nose for this is Anique Minardo, one of my favorite people. She does anise and licorice like a pro. She is a pro. And this, I would say, has a root beer quality like the last. However, it's more vanillic. It's definitely got an anise thing going on, even a little almond. Some people don't like that it dries down to kind of a root beer scent. I think it's gorgeous. It's got a little powderiness. It's soft. Oh, it's just so rich and beautiful. Hypnotic Poison, another, to me, almost drinkable scent. Yeah, beautiful. All right. Next, another type of perhaps drinkable thing, or I should just say liquid. Salvatore Ferragamo's Signorina Mysteriosa, which I think is just Mysterious Lady. Let's see. This was created pretty recently. It was released in 2016. There were multiple perfumers involved. I do not know their names. I just think the bottle is so darn cute. I think this was a special holiday edition last year. I paid about $20 for this at the TJ Maxx. And what I'm calling this is Blackberry Orange Cream. This has a lactonic, milky thing going on. You might not know that unless you wear it. When you first spray it, and what I mean by that is if you were just to smell it out of the bottle or just take a quick spray at a store to test it, what comes out first, what really stands out first is kind of blackberry and orange. It's gorgeous. It's like a deepness. And then as it dries down a little, you're like, right, it's got this moussey, creamy, whipped creamy, milky thing going on. It smells beautiful. It's strong, y'all. Like, I have to be careful that I only spray this a couple times because it's one that will creep up on me an hour or so and I'll be like, wow, who's got too much perfume on? Oh, it's me. So love it. Really great deal. You can often find it at discount stores, and it's got this cool blackberry orange milky thing going on. It's just beautiful. So Salvatore Ferragamo's Signorina Mysteriosa. All right. Last but not least, in the drinkable category, I am so in love with this perfume. And actually, it's for men. It's marketed only to men, and same with the L'Herbalario Meharees, by the way, and I could care less. This is Rochas for men, or Rochas Man. I just talked about this recently, and I want to continue to give it love. The reason, to me, it's in this gourmand category is because, well, it's got a million gourmand notes in it, but I'm going to tell you what stands out the most. This was first created in 1999. I paid around, I think, 26 or 28 for this on Fragrance Net. I think it's been discontinued, so you might want to jump on it if you want it in your life. The nose is Maurice Roussel. This is so freaking gorgeous. It is, to me, a raspberry cappuccino. It smells mostly like cappuccino, but it's got a lot of other notes in it, and it's interesting because it has lavender in it. I think vanilla. I don't think tonka's in it, but there's something about that combination where it smells. I love tonka, and it smells like tonka to me. And you'll kind of get a whiff of it when it's on your skin, and it's almost hard to pin down. There's so many delicious smells at once. You're just like, it is delicious. That's what it is. But it's like, you can definitely, once you kind of concentrate on it, you can smell the cappuccino, you can smell the berry. But it's not a cheap kind of sophomore berry. It is beautiful with that bit of, coffee note, and there's even a little cocoa in this. It is just gorgeous. So Rochas Man, really great price too. Cappuccino scent, great in cold weather, just beautiful. All right, we have 5 more. The next grouping I'm going to talk to you about are chocolate or cocoa based scents. Oh, they're also beautiful and diverse. Okay, so first I'm going to talk to you about Sarah Jessica Parker's Covet. I'm going to do a whole video on her line soon because I think as a designer, I mean, everybody I think knows that she's a heavyweight when it comes to acting. But I think she doesn't always get her due as a designer and as a perfumer. And the cool thing is, I mean, she definitely has a reputation as a perfumer, working with noses and in her own contributions. But I still think even for the reputation she has, she deserves more love. I think her scents are really beautiful. Some of them to me are very niche quality. They're just really great, and I find her design to be the same way. I think she just has such an interesting artistic eye, and Covet is no less for me. It's a work of art, and this is really inexpensive. I literally just saw a bottle a couple days ago at TJ Maxx for $20. That's about what I paid online. However, I think I'm seeing it start to leave some of the discount houses. So I would say this is another one. If you're interested, I would grab it. I don't know the nose. His name is Frank. It looks like Vocal. It's looks very German or Eastern European. VOELKL. This was created in 2007. It's been out for a little bit. And what is so cool to me is, I have to say, I like lavender in its pure form, like in a garden. I don't always like it in scents. I think it's often combined with super herbal things, and it's like, whew, to me, it's not always well represented. This is a really cool lavender. It's lavender and cocoa or chocolate. It's such a cool combination, and the cocoa or chocolate brings a depth to it. And again, kind of like Stash, for those of you who have more in her kind of woody based scent that's sadly been discontinued and is wicked expensive now. I think Covet is just as good. Not a lot of people talk about it. It's fantastic. And again, you don't smell like everybody else in the world, and it's just a beautiful artistic take on lavender and chocolate together. It's gorgeous. So Covet by Sarah Jessica Parker. Love her. Wow, these are so good. Next on the list, Prada Candy Night. I'll be honest, I mean, like everybody else, once in a while I want an easy reach, like sweet scent. But they don't always do it for me. I totally get why people love pink sugar and, the other sugars. But I like when sugar or chocolate is combined with something that that makes it a little more interesting or deep for me. I have a friend who works with me in the museum world, and I would not call her a fragrance head or a fragrance collector, but she knows how to choose them. She tends to focus on 1 or 2 perfumes every year or two, and she wears those as her signature scent, and she smells amazing. Like, she's really good at choosing what's good on her skin. And truly, she wore Dior Addict for years and years, and I would like follow her around like a puppy. I would be like, do you have the Addict on today? It is so good. And I love it, but it doesn't smell that good on my skin. Anyways, this is one that she started rocking about a year ago, and I was like, it's funny because I didn't even get all the notes initially. I just was like, you smell amazing. Why do you smell so good? I knew it was Gourmand. Couldn't put my finger on it until I started to. So I bought this beautiful bottle. So it's Candy Night by Prada. It was created in 2019, so just recently. I want to say this retails for 100 to 150, but I paid 65 online. I had to watch for this to find that good of a price, but you can do it, my friends. You can do it. And there's no nose listed, unfortunately, but this to me is cocoa, orange, and caramel. And not like, sometimes caramel can be super cloying in perfumes. I'm actually a little nervous when there's a caramel note, because I'm like, oh, it's just gonna be bad. This is truly like that rich, almost ambery caramel, cocoa, and orange. And cocoa more than chocolate. Like, it's got like a soft powderiness to it, but it's not your grandmother's powder. I love grandmothers, and I love grandmother's powder, but this isn't it. This is like a modern, it's almost like a chocolate covered, you know, or an orange flavored cocoa with some caramel. And all of that, though it's definitely gourmand, it also smells like perfume. I mean, when she wears it, I just am like, you just smell amazing. So Prada Candy Night, wonderful. Would be wonderful for the holiday season too. All right, we're gonna talk next about one of the greatest perfumes ever made, and most expensive. I will probably never own a huge bottle. This is a little baby. I think it's like, like 20th of an ounce, something like that. It's teeny tiny, but it's Coromandel by Chanel. This was first created in, let's see, do we have a year? I don't think they listed the year. God, if I had to guess, I would say it's been about 5 or 10 years that it's been out. Hope I'm not wrong. This is created by Olivier Polge, a great, credible perfumer. Has created some of my favorite things. And it's interesting because, like many Chanel's, this is a beautiful composition of many, many things. A lot of people talk about the fact that it does kind of, it's an Oriental in some ways. It was inspired by like her Chanel's love of Oriental or Asian Japanese screens. So the old lacquered, beautiful screens. So it's got that kind of like a little bit of woodiness and amberiness and definitely some patchouli. So people tend to talk about those notes, but what I think is cool about this, even though it's not really in the notes, is, I don't know if it's the amber, I'm not sure what makes this dry down happen, but when it dries down, it smells like white chocolate to me. It's got some orange in it too. So what I get is like a white chocolate, patchouli, and orange with like some vintage perfume vibes on top of it. It's so gorgeous, you guys. Truly, one of my dear friends who is a perfume collector, and really, I would say where I have a broad collection, she's very specific. She knows herself really well, and she wears, frankly, usually expensive, really incredible perfumes, and she has really good taste. We were both talking one day and said, if I had to choose one scent to wear the rest of my life, literally, if somebody said you can only wear one, this is what I would choose. It is, and it's funny because I wouldn't always say it's a favorite, strangely. I mean, it is in this group of 15 gourmands, but I don't know how to explain. It is kind of everything I like in a perfume, though, and it's just such quality. This retails now, Coromandel, I think literally for $350 to $400 for like a decent sized bottle. The good news is this small little baby, I can literally just put 2 dabs on my skin and I will smell it all day long. So I'm going to have this for a long time until I create a plan on how I'm going to have a bigger bottle. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So, cannot recommend Coromandel enough if you've got the access. It's just so beautiful. Or if you're a person that doesn't collect and you save all year and you're like, I do 1 perfume a year or 1 perfume every few years, this would be worth your money. It is so wonderful. So white chocolate, little orange, some patchouli, and then all this depth of resin and wood and amber and everything else that's often in the Chanel Lace Exclusives. Beautiful. Okay. Let's see, 2 more. 1 more in the chocolate category. Another Jo Malone. And this is Blue Agave and Cacao. And this is so delicious too. This I cannot find a nose for it, nor the year that it was first created. This has been around for a while, though. I want to say about 15 years. I just bought a new bottle. My God, it smells good. Okay. Oopsie. There she goes. This, to me, what is most prominent, there's many things in it, but is cocoa, cinnamon, and even a little pistachio mixed with flowers. So you get all of that kind of right off the top. The cocoa, and definitely a little, to me, more cocoa than chocolate, and then the pistachio gives it this like fuzzy, nutty cocoa thing instead of like chocolate. So it's got this warmth, this fuzziness, this embrace. And then there's a little bit of kind of fruit and flower within it too. So it just smells incredible. But I would say, to me, predominantly it's a cocoa scent, and it's got a fuzziness. Almost even feels a little coconutty to me, even though I'm not sure if that's a note. But Jo Malone's Blue Agava and Cacao. So this normally is pretty expensive. I would say somewhere between $150 and $180. But this is another one where I watched on eBay forever, and I got it through a Russian seller. It took literally 3 months for this one to get to me, but I paid $85, which is, as you know, a really, really good price for a Jo Malone. And this is one that it has, again, compared to some of the Jo Malones, a lot of longevity. You might have to respray once during the day, but it's pretty deep and dark for her scents, and it's just so beautiful and really uniquely presents cocoa. So last but not least, a lot of people have mixed feelings about this scent. I am crazy about it. It's another one that I'm going to talk about when I talk about holiday scents. This is Kenzo's Jungle L'Elephant. So, Elephant of the Jungle. Such a cool bottle. The cap is like so. And this is the only kind of, I would say, super spice prominent scent that I'm talking about, where that is its main thing. And the reason being is a lot of my spice scents, I would say, are not as strongly in the gourmand category as they are in kind of the oriental resin amber thing. And so I'm going to talk about that in another video. But this perfume, you know, a lot of people are on the fence about it because not everybody loves certain spices. So this was created in 1996. This has been around for a while. I can't remember what the original price is, but I paid $35 online. And I just checked the other day because I'm thinking about getting a backup bottle, and it's $35 to $40. And what I'm calling this is a fruit and nut and spice basket. Like, oh my God, is this good? This is one where when I wear it, people are like, what are you wearing? You smell so good. And it smells, I think spice can be hard to do well. Like, there are some cheap kind of spicy perfumes where you're just like, whoa. This is such a nice combination. What stands out for me a lot is cinnamon and clove, and even a little nutmeg. Oh my God. And then there's nuts. There are fruits. This to me smells like the holidays in a bottle. It smells like a holiday basket in the best of ways, with maybe some baked goods baking in the background. But it's not, again, a kid's gourmand. It is rich, years of experience, what spices smell like to you over years. Yeah, with the depth of dried fruits and nuts, and it is just freaking gorgeous. It is not for somebody who does not like spice, and for somebody who doesn't like, I would say, a rather loud perfume. I love a loud perfume. This is a beast. It's tremendous. So that is the end of my video focused on my 15 favorite cold weather gourmands. I would love to hear from you as far as what are your favorite gourmands? What are you looking forward to wearing in the cold weather this year? Are there any particular notes that you think, gourmand notes, that aren't explored enough? What would you like to see more of in the market? And last but not least, is there a house or a certain designer of fragrance that you think does gourmand really well? Let me know, and I hope to talk soon. Have a great day. Cheers. Bye-bye.